gentleman that you saw in the last clip was named John Coltrane. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about him today. The other gentlemen were his friends and musicians in his group. And that came clear, you would have heard them say what a wonderful, wonderful man he was. And I apologize for the technical difficulty. But we're going to keep going forward to see the real stars of our show, our children, honoring a brilliant man, John Coltrane. And I want to tell you about him today. We're here to celebrate life, music, education, and to honor a legend. The music you were listening to as you took your seats was that of a giant in jazz, John Coltrane. John Coltrane's life was tragically cut short in 1967, but his music lives on and his spirit continues to touch the hearts and souls of those who really listen. He created his special voice in music and wouldn't let anyone stop him from being his own unique self. Train, as he is affectionately called, lived in a time when African Americans were not treated fairly. But he rose above all of his obstacles and transformed jazz forever through his brilliant ability on the saxophone and deep feelings for humanity. Jazz is an American music that is rooted in the richness of the African American culture and is held in high esteem. Recently, and happily, Herbie Hancock's jazz album won Grammy Album of the Year. He said in his acceptance speech that he stood on the shoulders of giants like John Coltrane. Elvin Jones, who you saw speaking, was John's drummer, and he once said that Coltrane was an angel. He meant a real angel. His friend Nate Hentoff, a reporter for the Wall Street Journal and the Village Voice, told me just this week that John was a person that wanted to give and have his music give, and that he would have loved that we were all gathered here in his name today. Recently, I discovered that this brilliant jazz musician's historical home had been in jeopardy of being demolished. In this home, he wrote a lot of music, including the critically acclaimed composition, A Love Supreme. Through the efforts of his friends, family, and fans, the house was saved, but they still need help to fix the house and transform it into a true historical home. And the members of that foundation who saved that home are here today. If you, ladies and gentlemen, just kind of stand just to be acknowledged. Letters and dedicated himself to informing others that this home should be saved. He was very successful. The Friends of the Coltrane Home is now a nonprofit group. The town of Huntington, Long Island came up with almost $1 million to buy the home and make it a landmark. John Coltrane's beautiful wife Alice and her children want this home to be a place for learning about jazz and its journey and the work of John Coltrane. And I want to help. And I need your help. During the months of May and June, my class and I will be selling books, doing raffles and other activities to raise money to help turn this historic home into a place of learning that hopefully one day you can all visit and learn more about the history of jazz. When you give your resources like time and money to help others, that is called philanthropy. It has been a pleasure to teach my children about philanthropy. So if you see me selling things, you can help out. It's a wonderful cause. You can win an Eastwood Joey Leone's signature guitar, and Joey happens to be a good friend of mine. I asked him to help out, and he said, and I quote, "I would do anything for the guy." Or a personally signed book by a Coltrane fan and former President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton. My students wrote to him and asked him to help us. And guess what? He said yes.